For problem 1, we're going to let f of x be the polynomial 7x times x plus 5 times x plus 4 times x minus a half. Now before we get started, I want to erase this x. Taking this x out will make the problem a little bit more interesting. So first of all, I want to identify the leading coefficient. Now how we're going to do that is just multiply out the 7 times the first of all these terms. So 7 times x is going to be 7x to the third. That'll help us with the next few questions. First of all, the degree and the number of terms. The degree is going to be that highest power of the polynomial. And since we multiplied all the x's together, that degree is going to be 3. Then the number of terms is going to be 1 less than that. So the maximum number of terms that f of x could have would be 2. Next, the end behavior is also going to come from this leading term. That's going to be because of the leading coefficient. Now when we describe the end behavior, we're always talking about the right side of the graph, and so we describe it by saying as x approaches infinity, y approaches something. Right? And since this 7 is a positive 7, that means y is going to approach positive infinity. All that means is that on the right side of the graph, it's going to go up instead of down. Next, to find the constant term, we're going to go back to the polynomial and this time multiply the 7 by all of the numbers. The 5, the 4, and the negative 1/2. So 7 times 5 times 4 times negative 1/2. That's going to be 20. Half of 20 is 10, and negative makes it negative 10, times 7 is negative 70. That'll be our y-intercept. The x-intercepts are going to come from all of the factors, and that's where we set each of the factors equal to 0. So x plus 5 equals 0, x plus 4 equals 0, and x minus a half equals 0. Solving each of them, we'll get x equals negative 5, x equals negative 4, and x equals positive 1/2. Those are going to be our 3 x-intercepts. Lastly, I asked for the most likely shape, and without getting too detailed, all we have to do is go back to the number of turns and the end behavior. Since the end behavior is as x approaches infinity, y approaches infinity, that means that the graph is going to go up on the right side. The number of turns was 2, so put in 2 turns. There's 1 turn and a second turn. And so the graph is going to, in general, look like that.